Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy coming at you with a vinyl thread response, and this one is going out to Cam's Vinyl Narrative over in the UK, a good friend of Chris Mann's, who is also a good friend of mine. And so that's how I found out about this. Actually, I've been subscribed to Cam for a little bit, but basically Chris Mann had been kind of promoting this with myself and Joe from Racer Records and guys like that. And so I'm going to do this. So basically Cam is celebrating his 1 year in the VC. And basically this is to promote a bright side and the best of what can come for him in the coming years. So basically he wants us to show 5 or more albums that you have in your collection which has yellow as the predominant color on the cover. So basically yellow symbolizing a bright future. So yeah, this is for you. Congratulations, Cam, on getting to that 1 year mark. And so yeah, these are five that I have in my collection. Funny, Cam, you had mentioned that it wasn't easy to find that many yellow predominantly colored albums. I also, even with 1,300 plus records in my collection, it was a little bit of a different ordeal for me to do this. So I've got 5, and so here we go. These are in no particular order. In fact, they're in alphabetical order, not by my favorite or anything like that. So we are going to start with Genesis and Selling England by the Pound. I don't know if this is a full yellow, might even be more the way that the light is hitting it and stuff like that. It is a very I guess if we're going to say this, faded yellow, both sides. But to me, when I look at this cover, it definitely has a yellowish tinge. Of course, this is when Genesis was doing a lot of their prog albums in the 1970s. This one from 1973, the big hit from this one would be Firth of Fifth. Firth of Fifth, yes, that's how it is stated. So there we go. Genesis and Selling England by the Pound. I do like Genesis in their prog period, but if I'm going to go with Genesis, I like their 1980s stuff. I am, based on being raised in the 80s, really like their 80s stuff. All right, number 2. I'm going to show an EP by Glass Tiger. Of course, those of you that have been following my channel will know that this is my favorite band out of Canada. This one was released, when was that? In 2019, so just before COVID. They hadn't released any albums since 1990-91 with the Simple Mission album. And so, yeah, no, this one is really good. This Is Your Life, Keepers of Time. This is London, Dying is Easy with You. These are all great tunes, and around the same time they'd actually released a Christmas album. If you're not familiar with Glass Tiger, we're talking like 1980s pop rock music. I've mentioned this on the Wednesday night Northern Revolution show that I do with Rob and Tim, that there is a distinct Canadian sound from the 1980s, and I think that Glass Tiger fits that mold. With bands like Haywire and the Northern Pikes of the 1980s, Harlequin to some extent, they're more late 70s, early 80s, but these are all bands that fit that, I guess, Canadian sound from the 1980s. So check them out if you haven't. Once again, that is a more recent album. Funny, these are going to be easy to put away as well, because 3 of these 5 albums are from bands that start with the letter G. The next one is a band called Golden Avatar. You probably see this album in a lot of thrift stores and whatnot. I got this for like $1. The way that I can describe this is like folky with like Indian sitar sounds. I guess you might even call it to some extent like meditation music for some of the songs. But yeah, I mean, these guys didn't go too far, but in North America you could find this everywhere, and it's got some cool cover here with the butterfly and all of that kind of stuff. But you can tell like that this is like like I said, it's more like meditation or Hindu-ish sounding with sitars and things like that. Bhagavad Gita, um, Sweated Deep, O Govinda, right? A lot of East Indian flavor to it. So yeah, there you go. Golden avatar with a golden cover. All right, second to last, we are going to the land down under, and going to show Men at Work. I do have both the yellow and the white covers of this particular record. Business as Usual, and this one had, a lot of their big hits here in North America. Who Can It Be Now, Down Under, Be Good Johnny. So yeah, I mean, 1980s. Once again, this is pop music, in my opinion, from the 1980s. I think it's great, and definitely has that distinct Australian flair to it. Men at Work, and the yellow covered album of Business as Usual. And then my final album that is in yellow, to celebrate Cam's 1 year in the VC, is The Very Best of Hank Williams. Very Best of Hank Williams. While I'm not a huge country fan or country and western fan, this one's definitely solid from a greatest hits perspective. I mean, definitely got the 1950s twang, 40s and 50s twangy country going on here. But Your Cheatin' Heart, Jambalaya, Cold Cold Heart, Hey Good Lookin', Caliga, So Lonesome I Could Cry. All of his big hits are on this particular comp. And so, like I said, I'm more into like modern country or 80s country, things like Alabama and Florida Georgia Line, those types of bands. But I can handle Hank Williams when I am in a particular mood. But the cover is what we're looking for here, and no doubt that is a yellow Hank Williams greatest hits. So there you go, Cam. I hope that you enjoyed these 5 selections, and once again, congratulations in your 1 year in the VC, and I hope that you do well in your second year. I know that I'm a little bit behind on this particular thread or tag, but thought I would do it to help you out. So if you have not heard Cam's vinyl narrative, I will leave a link to his channel below. Give him a sub, and like his videos. Check them all out. He's a great guy. And until next time, we will see you on the next one. Cheers, everyone.